Lesson 25, Monomial Factoring, Cancellation, and Parallel Lines. Remember, to find the common factor of algebraic expressions, we have to find the greatest common factor of the numbers, and then for the letters, we're going to choose all the letters that are common with the smallest exponent they appear. So, for example, here, the greatest common factor for 6 and 8 is 2. And then we're going to only use the common, which is x squared. Now, to factorize, we have to divide each of the terms by the greatest common factor. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. A2 divided by 1 is A2. And x3 divided by x2 is x. The same we're going to do with 8x2y. And when we divide that, we get 4 or negative 4 and then y because the x2 cancel. And that would be the factorization of the greatest common factor of these two expressions. In the next one, we'll do the same. 5 is the greatest common factor for 5 and 10. And then we're going to choose for x3 and x4, we'll choose x3 because it's the smallest exponent. P2 and P5, we'll choose P2. And M4, M3, we'll choose M3. And again, we have to divide each of the terms by the greatest common factor. And when we do that, we get 1. The x3 cancels with the x3, then P3 and M. And for the second one, we get 2. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And then x4 divided by x3 is x. And then the P2 cancels and the M3 cancels. So that would be our answer for that factorization. The next example is exactly the same, but we have 3 terms. Now the greatest common factor for 6, 3, and 12 is 3. For the letters, it's going to be x and y because those are common letters and the smallest exponent they appear with is 1. So we're going to divide everything by 3xy. And again, when we divide, we get 2x2y minus 1. Notice that in this case, everything cancels, but you have to write the 1 plus 4x. If you did your exercise well, then you should not have anything here that is common for all 3 terms. In this next example, we have to simplify by canceling. So what we have to remember is that if there is a fraction with a subtraction, there is a division happening this way, but also this way. So I can rewrite these as 6x3 over 3x3 minus 3x5 over 3x3. And then we would find the answer by dividing each one of these. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. x3 divided by x3 is 1, so we just keep the 2. Minus 3 divided by 3 is 1, and x5 divided by x3 is x2. So that would be the answer. Same thing in this case. Now, a very common mistake is to say, oh, I can cancel 2x and 2x, and the answer is 4x3. But that's wrong because remember, you also have to divide this way. So don't forget it and do it carefully. So 4x3 over 2x minus 2x over 2x. When we simplify that, we get 2x2 minus 1. The next section of this lesson is having parallel lines on overlapping triangles or in similar triangles. So in this case, they don't tell us anything about the angles, but they tell us that these 2 lines are parallel. And so we can assume that this is a common shared angle between the 2 of them. And because of parallel lines, these 2 are equal and these 2 are equal as well. So we can do the same that we did for overlapping triangles. So I'm going to start by writing the 2 triangles separately so I can see what I'm comparing. And then the fractions that we're going to use are 3 over 7 equals 6 over y, which in this case we're going to get 42 over 3, which is 14. And on the other one, we'll do the same. 3 over 7 equals 5 over 5 plus x, when I multiply, 3 times 5 is 15, plus 3x equals 7 times 5, which is 35. Then I pass the 15 to subtract and the 3 to divide. So x equals 20 over 3. In the next example, they also tell us that this line is parallel to this line. So we know that this angle is the same as this angle because of the transversal that is cutting. This would be the transversal. And now we also know that these two are the same because they're vertical angles, and then these are the same. So again, knowing that they are similar, we can now compare them. So 6 will go with m and 7 with 9. And if we cross multiply, 6 times 9 is 54, and then over 7, and that cannot be simplified. Then we'll do the same. 7 and 9 equals x over 8. And when we do cross multiplication, 7 times 8 is 56, and then over 9. And that's it. So do some practice, get very familiar with these exercises, and I'll see you in the next video.